So our first search, I'm going to simply just do myself, right? That's going to be the entity. So we've done it before. So I'm going to go back here. All right, so I'm going to just start with the first entity search. And the first entity search that I'm going to do, I'm just going to do myself. And this will kind of give you just an example of, how you can do it. So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to go to new. Then here a new graph actually populates. I'm going to go to entity palette. I'm going to do a search for something I can use on myself. So I'm looking lawyer, judge, male. Here we go, male or boy. Okay, this should be man or boy. I think that suffices. I'm going to try to drag this over one more time. So there we go. Perfect. All right. So I'm just going to type in my name. Maurice Dawson. Enter. And from here, I'm going to do a quick transform. So in the assignment, I say run attempt 20 transformations. And these are what I mean by transform. So these are all transformed. So that's what this is. So these are the transforms. So when I say 20, like bringing up the entity, that's one item. And then from there, you do 20 transforms. So I can say, all right, I'm going to look for a website, right? Whenever this comes up with required inputs, all you do is hit your space bar, and then click run. And this right here counts as one transform. So that's one transform. So what I did, I added a different item. I just tagged these lines right here just to know what type of transform I did. And that's what I actually had. And I showed that during the last chat, how to do that. But that's all I did with this. All you do is you can change view. And then from here, you can go to show transform link labels. And if you click on and off that, it shows up. It's fairly simple. All right, so here I have, that's one transform. And I'm going to look at email addresses found, right? So I'm going to LinkedIn, what email addresses are found. So I'm going to do that. On that one, I'm going to look at this one. And so I'm letting these search. Sometimes it takes a while. And then I'm going to do another item. I'm going to see external links found. I'm going to do that on this one as well. And so sometimes it takes a while for it to run, so don't get like frustrated. It just, because it's searching a lot of stuff. Sorry?
You have a lot more transforms than I do. Is that because it's a full version?
No, oh no, this is the free version. What you have to do is when you set up Maltego, you have to install the other transformation. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're all free. So you just install the free transformations, and you'll be super good. Yeah. So when I run this, there's a full version. That's like 700 and something bucks for the first year, and then after that, what you do is you pay like a maintenance license of like 400 bucks a year or something like that. But I use the free version. For my research, I have a paid version, and I got to renew my membership. But I'll do that later this summer. But right now, this is the hardcore free version.
All right, cool.
Yeah, the big difference between the paid and unpaid version is that with the paid version, like here, you only get 10 results back. With the paid version, you get tons of results back. So if I would do a transform, I would maybe get like 100 returns. Where the unpaid version, it stops at 10. So it's you have to just keep running it over and over. It's very time consuming, but again, it's free. So
yeah.
Yeah, have you used this tool before?
Just so far in this class, I've messed around with it a little bit.
Okay, and what are your thoughts so far?
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome tool, or it can be a stalker's best friend.
Yeah.
All right. So the umsl.academia.edu was pretty cool. So that was my third item I ran. And so here it just shows, these are all the external links. And so this is what came up: University of Arkansas, this Google link, this UCSB. I have no clue what that is. Photos, that has come up. So I can see all the external links there. And then out here, it must have brought something up because something came to the bottom here. Here's the cool thing. So with doing the actual first, the search and entity, these various sites came up. And what is pretty slick is that this umsl.edu comes up here twice, right? So I did the search, it brought umsl.edu, and then this other transform shows that, these two are connected, shows the links. That's one of the cool things. So when you do enough searches, you'll have these highlighted arrows, and they'll show that these items are indeed connected. So instead of having to actually go through every single link and say, okay, is something related here? Is it the same individual? It will do it for you. So look for items that are in common. So I have that. And so what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to do a transform on this. I'm going to say, I'm going to look at external links. So the external link is mobile Facebook. Instant checkmate. So I'm going to click on this. I have no clue what in the world this is. Okay, 56 records found. So I'm going to just search. So I'm doing a search on the instant checkmate. These are one of those sites that I think you could pay like $50 and get information about somebody. I'm going to look at this one as well. And then I'm going to look at email addresses found on ResearchGate. And actually, it should do the same thing here. Yeah, did you see the video that I posted on the search for like Donald Trump and Black Lives Matter? Did you see that?
No, I haven't got around it.
Okay. Well, it's roughly 2 hours, and I actually put up the files that I used to do those searches. So you can take a look at those searches with the video. So you can watch the video, pull up the MTLG files, and then from there you can kind of, this is what Dawson did while he was doing this stuff.
Cool.
All right, so nothing has returned back from those. So now I'm going to go back to my entity, and I'm going to do a Twitter affiliation search. And so from here, a number of individuals come up, some Russian. All right, so we know this is legitimately me. So I'm going to just drag this one over here out the way. And I'm going to search here. I'm going to see to Alias. And I'm just, all right, so seeing what the alias is. The alias is Dr. Maurice Dawson. I'm going to double click, see what the property is. And the alias is basically the Twitter handle. So if I go here to Twitter and then I type in Dr. Maurice Dawson. All right, that's close but no cigar. Yeah, so what I did was I just put that alias in here. And so that's what that is, the alias. This brings you right here. So pretty cool stuff. So alias pops up. I'm going to hit cancel, and then I'm going to go back here. And then I can look for Wikipedia edits. So I don't think I have any Wikipedia edits with this username at all. But if I had Wikipedia edits with this username or account, it would actually pop up. So I'm going to see if I can look at, just doing another search. And this comes up. So what this does is brings me back to this Maurice Dawson, which is me. It brings back to the profile. So it has the profile URL, has the real name, or at least the name that I give Twitter. It says location. Now, this is just the Twitter stuff that anyone can put in there. So the problem with this isn't necessarily true. So if you look at It has bio, professor of cybersecurity, UMSL, visiting professor, Puerto Rico, Fulbright. Okay. And then it says verified profile. Now the verified profiles, they're a little bit harder to get with Twitter and they take forever to come around. But all you do is, if you look at this, you'll see that it's pulling from here, right? This, all it's doing is scraping the information from here. So the information right here, location, US, Dominican Republic, UK. That's where it's pulling from. So that is all that is actually doing. But I mean, it's good if you're actually searching and you have no clue. But it's just scraping that information. And technically, you can create your own scraper to do something like that. It's not too difficult. You can do it in Twitter and you can have your own scraper up and running. The only problem is when you have your own scraper or crawler, Twitter limits you to, I think, every 15 minutes you can use it. You can use your own crawler or scraper, or Twitter cancel your account. So here you don't have those limitations because Maltego actually pays Twitter to run their services. So a lot of these organizations will say, all right, well, you can crawl through our data, but you have to pay us a certain fee, and Maltego pays quite a bit. All right, so here I'm going to say tweets that are received. Or, yeah, see tweets that were received. And tweets that this person wrote. So here I can see tweets are written. All right, The Economist, how hacking Wi-Fi. Malaysia is something, I don't know what that was. Yeah, so these are recent tweets. And I'm looking, I know there were some other recent tweets. Huh. Okay, yeah, like I said, the only issue is it pulls back the recent 10. And I'm looking here, and I know for a fact, if I look at my last 10, so how to hack any Wi-Fi, yep, Malaysia is tweaking its privacy laws, country invented paper, money. And there was one talking about maybe it's not that far. Yeah, one talking about like a shadow war in Africa. It talked about like there's 100 different ongoing campaigns, I think like a day or something like that. Something pretty crazy. All right, so I have those. And these are pretty much retweets. But if I actually had a full-fledged tweet, I could see who retweeted and stuff. So I can go here. And from here, I can say URL extracts from links. So I can run a transform on that. I can run another transform on this. So the cool thing is to get the 20 transforms is fairly easy. I can see who retweeted this. And I can see to tweet location. All right, so I can see those things. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here. And I'm going to see 2 Twitter followers. So now what it does, it pulls up everything to Twitter followers. And, okay. So I have that. So that itself is like to get the 20 transform is fairly simple. That in itself, that is a transform. I can see 2 Twitter friends. All right, so yep, Scientific American, Reuters, Top News, Science News, USAID. Yep, so all this stuff comes up. So I have those. And the good thing is when I change the view to let me see the transform link labels, they're good because otherwise I have no clue what was done. So that's the only reason I add them. You can take them off or whatever. All right, so I'm gonna go back here. And so I'm gonna go to Joseph Steinberg. And I can see what this person wrote. So now I can see exactly what Joseph wrote. Then I can see, let's see, I can see user lists that he owns. And then once you see those user lists, then you can see the people that are on those user lists. All right, maybe he has no user list. All right, we're gonna go to USA real quick, and we're gonna just say user list that this person owns. All right, USA has something. So here you can see foreign languages officials, senators. So they have a list of senators, White House accounts. So I'm going to see to Twitter affiliation in this list. And I can just keep drilling down. And here I can see White House internship, Jay Shamba. I have no clue what NARA is. Facts on Climate, SCOTUS, VP Live. So all these people. Sorry, I'm going to look at this one. Sounds like it could be promising. All right, so I'm just going to drag this one over here. And this is the SCOTUS knob. So I'm just going to click and just do investigate more. So I'm just going to bring this in a bar and see exactly what this is. So it's an archive of the Obama administration account that is maintained by the National Archives and Records Administration. So something like this would be actually really good for mining, especially an archive account, because there's going to be tons of stuff there that you can actually pull. So this account has 603 tweets, over 40,000 followers, and they're following 420 people. All right, that is pretty cool. Okay. Did you know that I kept the archive of the tweets?
No.
Yeah, it's generally for presidential people that are within government at high levels. But a lot of your stuff gets cached on the internet, so it's there. Even though you deleted it, it's still there somewhere.
Mm.
So if you're saying something you don't want somebody to see or read, yeah, just use a different name, use nothing associated with you. All right, so here I'm going to see to Twitter followers. And they say support 45, who list, pieces possible. Let's see, Hamlet, Murat. All right, to Murat, Japanese, yeah, that is Japanese. Support 45. All right, let's see what this says. So I can see Alias. I can see exactly who this person is. We support 45. I can click on this. So like with this, all you do is take this and you just do twitter.com and you just dump it into the search bar and voila, you have it. So it shows Las Vegas, there's a website associated, supporters, people that want to build the border wall. Okay, there's a lot of crazy stuff here. So we won't go to we won't go too much into that account. Oh, but they have a ton of followers, right? So we can see if this person's actually doing any Wikipedia edits. So no Wikipedia edits have come up. But if we go to our friend here and we search, no, they don't have anything. So I can look at tweets to this person, tweets written to this person. So you can see tweets are written to him. And what does it say? All special prosecutor now. All right, so there's an image link, and there's a date published, and the date published is very specific. You can see down here, 5/7, whatever. Title, the tweet ID, the author, Triana, Miss Georgia. Sounds very Southern. The picture, but you really can't see the picture, but you just see that it's small. But you see the actual individual. So I'm just copying and pasting this over here, and we can see Mrs. Georgia. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool and pretty scary. So yeah, we can see all that. We can do cancel. We can like, okay, we know that person is. We can go back to our friend here, and we can see tweets written to this person. It should be funny or scary. All right. So if I go here, I go to properties. And then here it just says they should be awarded with cultural something to Baghdad. And again, you can still see the author URL. So I can see someone in NYC, just like Mrs. Georgia. And they must love Batman. Well, Joker and Harley McQueen. All right. So you can see it's pretty neat. So you can actually, so the one thing I showed was like Boko Haram and Al-Shabaab, how you can kind of dig deep in who's posting what, right? So with all this, so you can see within the, 20 minutes, all the stuff that we captured.
Yeah, it's a lot of info.
Yeah, it's a ton, and you can just keep digging deeper and deeper. So when I say in the assignment submission, you can do 20 transformed, or you can just, or until you can't go any longer. Like if you're doing something like with social media, you can easily just keep doing transform after transform after transform, and then from there, you'll have something like this. So if we go back here, so let's go back to me. So we kind of got lost here. Let's go back to old Maurice here. All right. So I'm going back to little me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see. So showing transforms. So I'm going to do just email transform, just search emails. See what comes up. Something should come up, just taking a while. Ah, cool. Okay, so what has come up is emails. And so now there's emails that come up that have Maurice Dawson in it. So this Yahoo has come up. And that's from a presentation back in, goodness gracious, years ago. And it's come from 2 different sites, but Cider is from Virginia Tech. And that was done maybe 2012. Yeah, I think it was 2012. I have no clue what this is. Let's see if this is even legit. All right, it says Maurice books and biography. Yeah, a lot of stuff will come up and you'll have no clue. Like, okay, well, what is this? So I'm going to actually see if this is legitimate. So I'm just going to drag it over. And it's another Maurice Dawson. Interesting. Yeah, it's weird. So with my name, like if I'm in America, I'm definitely Black American. But if I'm in the UK, I'm usually like an older white British person. It's really weird. There's like no in between. All right, so that's some other Maurice Dawson. This is pretty. Oh, this is okay. UKY.edu. So this is staff. So And it's funny because I'm actually a junior, so let's see. So I'm going to just search Maurice and Maurice Dawson. And then I could put this email in Maltego, but I'm just going to see who this person is. Just go to images. No, that's Doug. Oh, Michael M. Dawson. Okay, that's different. So it must be in his friend list, not well connection, or must have written him something. All right, but yeah, I could put that in. Actually, I could do that. Just copy that. I have no clue what ILSSA is, but this is various staff at the University of Kentucky. So people site. This one's actually me. That's probably from. Yeah, this particular event. I'm on 2 websites. Yeah, that one's me. I know that for sure. And this is probably the British guy. Yeah, that's that. The Maurice that owns a company in the UK. Friend. Some pretty interesting stuff. This is one of my former doctoral students. I'm curious what came up. The paper we wrote together. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So say if you're actually writing papers or books and stuff like that and you use your email address, your name will actually, it'll come up with in Maltego, which is pretty awesome, but pretty scary as well. It's pretty understandable. So if I just go here to a regular Google search, we'll do Google Books. And Google Books is anything that you ever that's been published. You can just search name. So I'm just gonna do Maurice Dawson. Let me spell my own name right. And do a search, and my name comes up. That's me. That's me. That's me. That's not me. That's me. Yeah. So my name comes up, and Google Books quite a bit. And then if I have an email address associated with my the book or whatever, that too will come up. And then I had a colleague from work. She wrote a thank you to me and the rest of our department. That comes up in a search as well.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, yeah, cool and and scary. It's an easy way to get a stalker. Easy way. Yeah, it's some pretty cool stuff. So I'm gonna go out there, and so I know that one. So let's see. I did those search. Let's see what came down here. I know what I want to do. Okay, let's go to this Maurice. So I have this guy here, not this guy, this one. So all I do is I'm just going down. I'm going to drag this Maurice over here. And I'm just going to search. I'm going to see what type of transforms I have. And you can look at phone numbers. So I just did a search on phone number. I can do email address. And then I can do, I don't think anybody has a MySpace. All right, so there's some items that came up. So this gentleman comes up from before. These are all from, and that one's me. Interesting. So I actually did a search with email address, and so it pulled up email addresses that were similar or had the same domain, right? So this one pulls up, and I can see properties, so exactly where did he pull his email address from. And this is actually legitimate. So I have this email address, and what I can do now is I can run another transform, and I can look at phone numbers. So I can see what phone numbers come up. 51668. Okay. That one is a work number, but I don't know whose number it is. This is actually a legitimate number. This is my actual work number. I'm just going to see URLs that may have this number. And so it comes up to here. And then I can run a transform. I can look at images found on the page. When you do this, it asks you to acknowledge that, you're running this at your own risk. I just acknowledge, I run. And then it shows images found on the page. So here is an image of me. And I can do a cool transform XF data. So XF data is the data that's contained actually in a image or in a audio file. So XF data is super detailed information about where that particular image or file was created, what was taken, Latin longitude coordinates, the file size, just tons of information that you can use.
Is that the same thing as metadata?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's really interesting. When people were curious about the NSA and what the NSA could do, they're like, oh, it's just metadata. There's nothing to worry about. People are like, oh, okay, it's just metadata. But metadata is all the detailed information about your about that particular just picture or photo or audio file. What do you have to do if you're going to share photos with anybody? You have to be sure to remove that XF data. And you can do that with a tool. And Linux is fairly simple. You can just download a tool and just remove all the XF data for various files you want to share. So you can just put the items in a folder, run this XF tool, and the XF tool will just remove all the metadata and create new files that you want to share. And so those files they'll have no metadata. All right, so I'm going to run. And when I ran it, it gives me some metadata. So it brings me to another image. So here it just shows me images found on the page. And then here it just shows Canon, Adobe Photoshop, Macintosh. So it gives the device, the make, the model, the software, and it gives just those properties. Now, some of this data, this photo is actually taken in a professional studio at work. So I know that he may have removed some of it, but if he didn't, you could actually see the timestamp and all that stuff. And then from there, you would have location information, and then you could actually start searching the location of that file, where it was taken at, and then you can look at tweets from that location and people connect to the location. All right, so I have that one. I can look at, yeah, so there's other stuff you can do, like email alert messages, but those get into your email. So you can have those items set up. So that was what, let's see, one transform got us down here. Yeah, I think it was like 2 or 3 transform just in that one alone. And then it's another transform right there. So I can look at here and I can say, all right, well, what is this? All right, there's nothing there. Yeah, it's some pretty interesting stuff. And so that is just a search on myself. I'm going to save this. So when I was talking about saving, all you do is save as, and you can just do Dawson. I'm just going to do Dawson entity 1. So I'm going to save that. So now that's saving. And then when I talked about the exporting, all you do is export. You can generate report. So Dawson entity 1. So it's pretty easy. I mean, it does all this stuff for you. You just have to export these items correctly. And then I'll show you what the report looks like. It's nothing fancy, but it is something. So let me go into my folder. Actually, it's probably in, here we go, cool. This is in my folder right here, my home. And so that's the report that it generates. So these are just all the transforms. They're pretty cool. So these are all this is a picture of all the transforms that we did just, I guess, in 40 minutes. I guess it's quite a bit. But these are all the transforms, and you can zoom in on it. It's pretty detailed. So you can see, and when I clicked the item to view the name of the transforms, whatever, it shows it. So I don't have to think about what did I do, what transform that I did. It's right here. So I can see everything that was done. Yep, I can see everything. And then, so that will be the first page. Then the second page, we'll do this, which is pretty cool. So top 10 entities. So total number of entities, 173. And 176. I can see ranked by incoming links. So image, well, it says it has the value. So I can see rank, type, value, incoming links. So I see here the image had 2 incoming links, website, umsl.edu, 2, alias, we support 45, image, affiliation, Maurice Dawson. So I can see that cool stuff. Then I also see the outgoing. So this is all incoming. This is all outgoing. And then I can see entities by type. So these are all the affiliations. So Bernie Sanders, Dawson Maurice, a lot of Maurice Dawson, all the narrow stuff, various aliases that popped up, devices. And then here it spits out all the email addresses that we found. And then phone numbers. It gives a printout of all the phone numbers. And then tweets that I did with the tweets and retweets. They come up right here. So shows 37. And then the Twitter user list, URLs, and then websites, which is pretty cool. So all the websites that were pulled up. So it pulls all that up. And then here it gives entity details. And so you can see there's actually 217 pages. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for everything that I search, what it'll do is it'll give a detailed page on it. So like myself, it shows name, shows friend count, shows real name, this name that I put on there, number of followers, location, about, created. So it shows exactly when the profile was created. It shows incoming, so these are all the people, incoming tweets or whatever. Website. Then various snippets. I even know that pulled this stuff. So I pulled up LinkedIn stuff and it has the actual hyperlink in there. We support 45, so all these tweets, same thing with Narrow. So there's just a plethora of information here, which is crazy. So everything that I search, it's all pulled here.
It's all organized.
Yes, yes. So basically, what the intelligence community does, and their job was to actually create reports like this. So you had people that just spent their entire lives creating reports like this and verifying data and stuff like that. So with tools like this, it's made the intelligence agency and other analysts, intel analysts, able to do their work a whole lot better and easier. Like right here, I didn't even see this. So this is the Amazon page. So if I click here, maybe it pulls it up. It's thinking, it's thinking. All right, so that link there takes me to Amazon page. Which is pretty cool. And is actually legit. Instant checkmate, I don't know. ResearchGate. They had some pretty awesome stuff. Yeah, so you can see his tweets, what he's saying. But yeah, the only problem is that you have to actually sift through the stuff. So all good information, but if you don't sift through it, it doesn't mean anything. So you actually have to sift through the information. And you can see just in that short time, 217 pages worth of stuff to go through. So that is an example of a report that you'll generate. And so what we're going to do now, we're going to actually export this again. if it got stuck. All right. All right, so we're gonna do this real quick. I'm gonna fix this. Kill Maltego. All right, I think this may have frozen me. So we'll try to get this back working. Do you have Maltego installed? Ponce. Yeah. Cannot hear anything from you if you're speaking.
Go again. Sorry, I walked away from the computer for a minute.
Okay. I was asking if do you have Maltego installed or Maltego installed?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So have you tried a transform or anything of the nature?
Yes, I've tried it. I was working on it on Friday also for another class, searching information on someone we know from the past.
What other class were you using Maltego in?
We don't use it for the class. I just used it on my own. But it's for 415.
Okay. What is 215?
Cybersecurity, I believe.
Okay. All right. So we did the search on myself, and now we're going to just do a search. So Penturva is the actual company. And so we're going to go here. I'm going to cancel. And I'm just going to go to new. And I'm just going to go to entity. I'm going to go to infrastructure. So with infrastructure, you can search various items. I'm going to bring over this. And so it's already default, which is pretty good. So this you can actually search. So we're just trying to run a transform on this. So I'm going to run a domain search. So it is actually my website, MWAIS2018.org. So we're just searching this domain. Here we go. Cool. All right. So here I'm back with all transforms. So what I can do is I can say I'm going to look at IP addresses. So IP address comes up. And I can check to see if it's ever been compromised. Again, it's going to ask you to run these items.
So you just hit space once?
Yep, just once. So when it comes up, you just hit space, go to the next one, hit space, and that's it. Yep, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to see whose name. So basically, who is gives details on who actually owns that. So I'm going to drag this one over here. And so this is my website. I'm actually going to look at get OSINT. Yeah, so as for API key and username, just space, run. And then I'm going to see what else is cool. I can get subdomains. All of these, they'll ask the same thing. They'll ask for required inputs. I just did the same thing. And then I'm going to get OSINT details. we're gonna have a number of these run. Some of them will take a while, but we'll have them run. There's all types of neat stuff you have on here. Let's see, I can do DNS names, 2 email addresses. Yeah, so we'll let that one run. We'll go back here. And so what you can do is you can look at a ton of different stuff. I can see domains that are sharing this. And you get a warning with that. So that's the website query. Let's see, so you can get blog if there's a blog. Okay, there's no blog. And remember I was telling you about how you can you write something on the internet even though it's gone, it's still there because it's cached.
Mm-hmm.
So here you can actually search the archives of those pages. And you can see if it comes up. Nothing. So with this one, I know you can search archives because I know that I deleted quite a bit of stuff. Good Lord, there's a lot of stuff here. All right. All right, so I'm gonna go back here and I'm just gonna keep searching. With viruses, you can actually search, you can search hash of various viruses to see, you know, if something's there.
What do you mean on the website?
Mm-hmm. So here I can see if I've ever been, okay, this guy from Australia. So I can see if I've ever been breached. This website has. And it says, have I been pawned, not breached.
So you haven't been pwned?
Well, this is good. You know, I am paying for this stuff, so obviously they're doing something right. All right, so I have that there. So all transforms. Let's see. Get as so you can get certificates. And so here it just comes up with invalid credentials. And so I can see exactly what it means with the invalid credentials. And there's not much. I probably have to Google it, but for the certificate comes up with invalid credentials. Oh, the movie database is pretty cool. You can search for movie, talent, all types of really cool stuff. I can do news link. So I'm just going to run a search on this. Yeah, there's like so much stuff you can do. It's just crazy. Like when I say do Twitty transforms for entity, I mean, if you can do quite a bit. You can do more than you realize. And then even DuckDuckGo gives you the option to do a search on DuckDuckGo to see, you know, questions and stuff like that. So let's say I'm going to see that information comes up. Nope. All right, so I'm going to go back here. And I'm going to go to this one. Let's see. We have that. What else can we do? Oh, I can't with that. That's that. Since posts. Just gonna look at threat miner. Let's see. Yeah, right now I'm just playing around, seeing what I can pull up. Okay. All right, so I have that, and I'm going to see what other entities I can bring over here. So you can pull a range of IP addresses. You can pull URL, a website. This one is probably better. It's what I probably should have did. So hackthisite.org. All right, so there's a web. Have you been to hackthisite.org?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so hackthisite.org has tons of various scenarios, or what are they called? Challenges that you can do, doing all types of neat stuff, and running cryptography, running stuff against SQL databases, all types of really cool stuff. So the website is this. This is the website. It is awesome, and it's safe. So a lot of the hacking scenarios that I do, I actually point to this website because you're not going to go to jail or anything. But yeah, there's tons of stuff you can do here.
Check it out.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. All right, so here I'm just going to run these items against the site. See what comes up. I'm going to go back to all. You can look at links in out of the site, links to incoming sites. All right, so these are various links that come in, incoming. So InfoSeps, Beat My Site, some Blogspot. This is usually for questions. Okay, this is probably from it's from Sys from Cyberry. All right, so those are incoming links. And I'm looking at external links. And then I'm going to go to Resolve IP. Yeah, so basically this website is just a sandbox. So I guess not much to run. So domain, IP address. And yeah, so this what I'm running, it just says, I'm going to see if I can get information on what the server is actually built with. There we go. All right, so it's built with PHP, Google Analytics, Google Analytics Classic, jQuery, Google Webmaster, Contera. I have no clue what that is. So we can actually look at it. And so that transform I just wrote tells me exactly what was built, what was used to build that website and that server. So say if you're actually an attacker and you're trying to do reconnaissance about the site or place that you're going to go to, what you do is you find out what particular components make up that organization. And so if you figure out that, hey, it was built with this older version of PHP or Perl or some type of technology that really no longer should be used because it should be decommissioned or replaced, then there you start to find a weakness, I guess, in the wall. So I'm just going to go back and I'm going to say, all right, well, that was good. All right, so still running search. And so this just converts the DNS, the website to a DNS name entity. And it brings this up. All right, cool. And then from here, I'm actually going to bring it down. All right, cool. All right, so here I can look at what IP addresses, if it's sending anything IP addresses. Going to just Yeah, like if you have the full version and you're worried about getting too many results, then you want to specify exactly your limits. But in this version, it's just a free version, so it's not even a big deal.
So
But in the real world, sorry?
if you get IP addresses from it, what kind of IP address do you get?
Oh, if I look at yours?
Like any website.
Well, you should get, so 2 IP address. And nothing pulls up there. Yeah, some of these do pull up and some of these don't pull up. Now, I have an idea. So there's an IP address. Let's see. I wonder if this will work. All right, let's see. Oh, look at that. All right, that one works. So this is Google's IP address for the servers. So if you ever have to ping something on your network to see if it's working, you just do ping 8.8.8.8. And I think the other one is 8.8.4.4, I think. But it's just one of their servers that you can hit. And so from here, I just did 2 email addresses from this actual IP address. And then I can look at their phone numbers, and there's phone numbers attached. So phone numbers. I'm actually going to search this on the web. So I'm going to bring over my trusty friend, search. And level 3 communications, some company, texas.gov. There's an email address. And I guess someone was doing the same thing. And they asked in the forum, did you get a call from whatever below ready to find out the number? Are you also report unwanted calls to help identify this number? Google shows the number is connected to L3 Communications. Not sure what they do, but I found this number while trying to research. Delia, Colorado. Yeah, it's some pretty cool stuff. And here is the organization. Here's our actual local exchange carrier report. So here it shows I wonder what they actually do for Google though. And this is pretty cool. So like she has this, her email address. You can actually start searching the email address. You can start searching the company. You can search the person. So just hit cancel. We'll just look at Miss Christie here. And we'll go to entity palette. And we'll look for woman, female. Okay. Just put her in there. All right, Christy. So we'll just look at transforms. We'll look at email addresses. And let me that is interesting. Let's see. Oh, okay, cool. Just took a while. All right, so these are all the email addresses that came up for her. And here you go. So I can do another transform. I can say phone number. So that's taken a while. And there's another Christy Entz. That was the same person probably because it's public utilities. And you can do a transform on this. This one takes me to URLs. These are already US URLs. I just found one. You'll probably do the same thing in this one. And level 3. So this particular website we just looked at. And I'm going to see. I'm just looking at seeing what the server technologies are built with. And it pulls up. All right. So remember we did that search earlier about server technologies. So what you see here is you see that it points back up to this website. And you can see pretty much it shows the connection. So let's go all the way back here. Yep. See that, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're just going to go back here. So I'm going to do another transform. I'm going to, oh, the cool thing is you can verify the email address actually exists. But we are going to look for phone number. All right, so we have that one. Let's look at the other Christy. Where's she at? So we got that one, we got that 888. So we are going to okay, cool. All right, donate owner detail. So I did another search, another transform, gives me some phone numbers. And then I'm going to run another one. You can do files and documents. So I can look at files that come out of this. Nothing, okay. Nothing again. Now, even though nothing's come up there, I'm pretty sure if I go back to Christy, and I'm going to see, do check, check, check. Nope, nope, nope. It's not the items that I want. Okay, what am I going to do? So I'm going to do this. So see if there's a lower number, something lower. All right, there's Christy again. Christy, these are other Christies. And Nero Torres. Nope, nope. That's Canada. Christy, nice. Okay, it's probably like some spam. All right, so I'm going to save this. And I'm going to save as Dawson entity 2. So that one's saved. And now I'm going to do an export. So I'm going to export graph to table. And I'm going to do the whole graph, remove duplicate rows. I'm going to go to next. I'm just going to save it as Dawson underscore entity 2. Save it. So 65 items exported, 62 links, and 62 rows written. And so that is right here. And I'm going to open this with, oh, it's a CSV file. All right, so this is, I have it in gedit, so this is how it looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring this up in RapidMiner. That's probably what I should bring it up in. And I do not have it installed. All right, that's no big deal. Luckily, I can install these items fairly quick. So I'm just going to install RapidMiner real quick. RapidMiner. So RapidMiner is going to allow me to analyze it. You don't have to do that for this. But I'm just going to download real quick. Go here.
Right, does RapidMiner also work with Wireshark?
Yes. Yeah, there's a ton of tools that will work with, there's a ton of analytics tools. All right, so I'm just going to extract. That's in downloads. I'm just going to navigate to my downloads. So CD, downloads, and then I'm going to CD, RapidMiner, and then LS, and then I'm just going to SH, Rapid. So I'm just installing it really quick. It's actually installing. It's still my other page running, but it's installing. You can see it here. RapidMiner is pretty cool. We used it before. There's RStudio, there's Awkward. There are just a ton of tools. So yep, I understand the agreement. All right, and I already have a license, so I'm trying to think. Do I actually use my work email? Okay, cool, good. All right, so this is RapidMiner. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what I can do with that. So I'm going to bring it new, I'm going to add data, I'm going to go to my computer. And here is my entity. Yeah, the only thing is like, yeah, like here, this stuff has to be set. So that's one of the issues. Like this isn't formatted appropriately. If I were to do this, yeah, it's just not formatted. Because when I bring this over, it's just going to look like this. I can go here and I can change the name, rename column. Yeah, I can go in. You can go in and rename or whatever. We're just going to go next. I'm just going to finish. And then everything is in here. Create charts and stuff like that. But I'll have to go back in and really massage data. Like these rows, the correct information isn't in here. But it's really easy to bring it in. So that's just an example. So I do not want to save those changes. Clear. All right, cool. All right, so that would be an example of an export. Fairly simple. And then to export the graph as an image, you just click on this, and we'll just do Dawson entity to image generated. I'll just bring this back up. And the image should be somewhere in here. Oh, it's in documents. Nope, it's in home. Okay, goodness gracious. All right. Here is the entity. So it has a transparent background, but the entire entity is right here. I'm going to see if I can bring this up with something else. Open with Firefox. All right, cool. So I just opened it with Firefox. And so in Firefox, I can see the entire image with, even though that it has a transparent background, but if you open up the image with the web page, this is how the image will actually look. And you can see it's fairly detailed. I mean, it has you can just zoom in, no problem. So if you just want to provide someone an image to look at, so basically what you generally do is you have the image, you have the report, and then you also have the Excel form or the CSV. And then with that, people can recreate what you've done. And even if you give the stuff, and then you pretty much create that item for them to start to perform the analysis with. So I can say, all right, well, I have all this information. I want to see who's doing what. So I'm going to close that. And then I'm going to close this. And so what I did the other day was I did an example on, here we go, Trump and Condoleezza Rice. All right, so I did this. And so I looked at tons of tweets from Trump, Condoleezza Rice, and I think who else did I pull? Yeah, just Trump in connection. So I was just curious, and I came up with some really good stuff. And so if I go to the file, and I didn't create a report, so I'm going to generate, call this politician, and just take a look at the actual report. All right, so there's some errors. We'll see what the errors were. Bring this up. And it's called politician. So it's roughly 140 pages. But you can see here some good information was captured. So top 10 entities, number of entities, ranks by incoming links. So CNN.com, defense.gov, salon.com, Washington Times, Crossword Nexus, and then outgoing links, Condoleezza Rice. In the video I was talking, she was selling a book. Tweets, phrase, government, unknown suspect, terrorist, and then you can see ranked by total links. And then with this, these are all the insights that were caught. So the insights are pretty good. So insights provide you other things that you may have missed while just looking at the information. Email addresses that were found, government officials, locations, various phrases. So what I did was I took what, because every morning Trump tweets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I did was I took, I did a search on the common phrases that he says every morning. So there were 5 common phrases. One was airline. The other was humanitarian, and that was from Condoleezza Rice, I think. Terrorism, greatly. I don't know if that's actually even a word that's used a lot. And then, and then ISIS. And so those were the top 5 phrases that came out. And then these were tweets. So these are the tweets that came out, URLs, and then websites. So these are websites that I found when I did a search, which are pretty interesting. So you have some legitimate websites in here, but you have pro-life villains.wikia.com. You have Counter Jihad Report, Hot Air, Think Progress, Breitbart, Christian Post, Fox News. So you have some very interesting sites that come up. Now, first was on Condoleezza Rice. So I don't know if you know, but she used to be the, I think, vice provost at Stanford. Did you know that?
Go again?
She used to be, I think, the vice provost or something like that at Stanford.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, she she has done some amazing stuff. maybe not in government, but aside from government, she's done, yeah. And so basically she's a political science professor at Stanford.
Wow.
Yeah. So she got her, I think, a PhD from University of Denver, which I found out doing this stuff. So University of Denver was basically mentioning some stuff, and I just did it. You search. Yep. Okay. She was a provost at Stanford. And then so this stuff about her: location, author, number of friends. So she only has 10 friends, and then she has over 200,000 followers. All incoming links, so government official link, and then these are all affiliation. So Condoleezza Rice had multiple accounts, but she had one official government account. And you can see everyone who's all the outgoing links, all the various tweets. And then here you just see more. So here you see Condoleezza Rice. She's like everywhere. And then with the website, so with the websites, like you'll see that some have an actual logo or whatnot. It's not a big deal. I mean, some of them just don't have the logo up, and it doesn't pull sometime from Maltego. So here was something pulled up to terrorism and airline flight safety. And then you can look and see exactly what was wrote. You can see the title. You can see something called sentiment. And so with sentiment, it looks at who tweets the most back and forth, and then what words are said to a various organization or group. And then here you can pull sentiment. So the sentiment was Russian. Of course, the tweet was, plus I want Russia to greatly, this is about the speech that he gave, the talk that he had with the, I think, Russian ambassador, where he said he gave classified information. So that's where he pulls the sentiment from, that actual tweet and those retweets. And so this is the actual content. So that's the tweet, the date tweeted, outgoing. So phrase that was pulled up. This one was interesting. So this one was this was from his wife. And so it says, POTUS Live celebrated the 75th anniversary of something. For 75th anniversary of the Battle of the Coral Sea with the Australian Prime Minister. And so you can see incoming, and then you can see all these other individuals. I mean, it is freaking amazing. And then, of course, you can see what people tweet and retweet back. So here it just says Twitter, negative. And then you can just see what, I don't think I had it captured in this report. This one was good. So this one was terrorist organization. This is Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. And I think this one is, I think he's ISIS. Yeah, I think it's ISIS guy. Outgoing websites. And that's more. All right, here we go. So Syria, so stuff on ISIS. Incoming. So basically, so when I did a search, it maps everything together. So you can see government official, Condoleezza Rice, phrase, ISIS, website defense.gov. And then from here, it just crawls sites, and you can see where various items are coming up. So again, there's 140 pages of this stuff. Yeah, and it just goes through tons of stuff. All right, now let's get to the cool thing that I did. So enough about this young man. Let's go to the only other thing that I dislike about the Maltego free version is the occasional hang up. That does suck. Have you had that issue at all?
With the what you said?
The occasional hang up using Maltego.
Hang up?
Hang up, yes.
What do you mean by hang up?
Oh, sometimes if you're doing too much, it will just freeze up a little bit.
Oh, I haven't got anything like that yet.
Okay.
But you're doing a lot more than I have done.
All right. So what I did here was this is Abu Shakar. This is the world's dangerous terrorist group is Boko Haram. And what I did was I actually did a search on Abu Bakar Shaku. He's a Hausa from northern Nigeria. And what I did was I searched on his social media and digital footprint. So I looked here, I found an official Twitter that he had, and then tweets and who he tweeted to. And then these are retweets. This is from Times. What did Times say? So yeah, he makes the Times 100 most influential persons. And someone says somebody must be seriously angry now. Yeah, even Hitler made this list. So I think, yeah, Hitler made his list and other people. So yeah, these are just people that are, in terms of influential, it doesn't really state if you're famous or infamous, and it just looks at your influence. All right, so this is all the stuff that was pulled. And so these are various profiles with the same name. And so what I can do is I can take this, because this is all Boko Haram. I can go back to entity, and I can look at terrorist. A person, I don't want a person. I want a group. So gang leader. Actually, this could be amazing. All right. So leader of a gang. Nope. So trying to think. Trying to think what come up with the most information. All right, let's go back to personal. Oh, it's personal, alias, or person. Yeah, so if you know someone's nickname or an alias they go by, you can actually start searching by the alias. And you can search Facebook, LinkedIn, and a ton of other sites. So let's try that. Let's do new. Go to any palette. And let's see. Worlds. Just doing a Google search. Worlds deadliest gangs. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm going to see if I can search this. Actually, it's even better because it'll be in English. I don't have to add a translator in here. All right. So I'm just going to do a search real quick. And I'm going to see who. So I'm wondering if this runs. So you're supposed to be able to search by phrase. Okay, that one is not working the way I wanted it to work. All right, so I will delete this one. Delete the item. All right, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna look at a Twitter hashtag. I'm gonna try it that way. So what police do, when people talk about social media and doing bad behavior on social media, this is what some police organizations do. This kind of research. Some of them do or do not use this, but they'll actually look at stuff like this and they'll say, all right, what information comes back? And nothing there. And they'll just keep running until they find something. But that's definitely not the hashtag I want to use. Spotify, bank account, flight number. Yeah, you can search flight number, MAC address, passport numbers. Again, only if they're in the public domain. All right, here, better one. So who's your favorite music artist?
Man, I think oh, you could try Caifanes. It's a
What's
Mexican rock band.
okay? How do you spell it?
C as in cat.
Mm-hmm.
Aifanes.
Ah, are they good?
To me, yeah. They're like the most big rock band in Mexico.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see they're in Mexico City in 1987. So they're
Yeah,
probably
they broke up a while back.
okay. So they're probably around my dad's age then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Village Group Company. I'm going to see what the best item to search is.
Drug dealer.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I did a search on if you do like El Chapo, whatever, all types of crazy stuff comes up there because his son was on freaking social media posting stuff. So all types of stuff came up. All right, so let's see if it come up. So this might be them. We're trying to see which one would be official. Do you know if they have any particular type of symbols?
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, that one.
All right, yeah. Yeah, and then once you start using this tool, it gets fairly easy to figure out if it's legitimate or not. So I'm just now searching if they've been breached. And I don't want that. Nope.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of unofficial accounts.
Oh yeah, especially if somebody's really good. If they're crappy, maybe 2 fake accounts. Let's see. All right, so we're just going to search phrase. So with phrase, this comes up. I'm going to see exactly what's in here. And just the text. So you speak Spanish?
Yes, I do.
Ah, okay, cool.
I was just in TJ yesterday.
By yourself?
No, with my wife, we celebrated 1 year.
Ah, okay, congratulations.
Yeah, we went from TJ, took a train to Tecate.
Okay. I'm actually heading out Tuesday to Santo Domingo.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be there for a month this year, and next year I'll be there for 2 months. So I do lots of research dealing with cybersecurity, cybercrime. I'll be looking at human trafficking via the internet, and then issues because they have tons of issues. Like lots of people, lots of Venezuelan, Colombians, Haitians, even Jamaicans that are getting trafficked to Dominican Republic.
Yeah. We were just talking about that human trafficking in Mexico yesterday.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, and the islands is really bad. Because one, it's hard to, you can't just easily, look at someone and say, oh, that person is Jamaican, that person Dominican, that person Haitian. I mean, or even Puerto Rican. I mean, you just can't, because what a lot of people fail to realize, especially in America, especially, don't realize that there's Black and white Dominicans or Latins, Latinos and stuff like that. So until they actually speak and you hear they speak French, they speak with a francophone tongue, then you don't know. You're just like, oh, okay, maybe that person's Dominican. Oh, maybe they're Puerto Rican. It gets complicated.
Yeah. There's a small, there's an area in TJ where there's a lot of Haitians there. They came and they're staying there.
Yes, I saw that on Vice Guide. So with that, so the issue is this. So Haitians were offered to come to Senegal, which is the furthest West Africa can go. They were offered to come to Senegal, but a number didn't. I mean, Senegal is a really cool country. It's majority Muslim, but they're francophone. But a number didn't come. But a lot of them just want to get. I mean, Haiti has been through a lot of stuff. I mean, they've been through a lot of stuff. So, fighting for their freedom and actually winning it, and then being indebted to France was the thing that pretty much was the straw that broke the camel's back. Let's see. So I'm going to Instagram and I'm going to look, and this is their official Instagram. It looks like it. So I can go to Instagram and I can do another transform and see what they have. So I can do that. Let's see. I can look at server technologies, but that's going to just tell me what Instagram in general is built with. So I did server technologies. I'm going to see if there's any email addresses found. Nope. I'm going to look at external links. And then I'm going to look at so I'm just pretty much going through all these. Resolve to IP. I'm going to look at to IP address. Cool. So to IP address comes up here. So what I can do, I can actually go here. Just bring up my terminal. And I can actually see this is a live IP address. I can just type in ping 157 dot 240. 3.52, and I can just ping it. And so this is one of the other cool things. So when you do this stuff, you can actually ping an item to see if it actually works or whatever. I should have did this. Let me Control C. And so it says 44 packets transmitted, 43 received, 2% packet lost. So. And Windows you can ping as well. Windows you do the same thing. The other thing that you can do, I think I should do this correctly, ping-c. We'll do 6, and then we'll do 157. So all I'm doing now is telling the terminal to ping this address only 6 times. 5, 6. Yep. And so it pinged it 6 times. And here it just shows that the packets were received. There were no packet loss. So an excellent way to see if the actual IP address does exist. And then from there, you can do some other neat, cool things, but you got to see if it exists first. So I can do another transform. And I can see domains that's sharing this. And I can look at IP owner details. I can look at location, city, and country. So it always comes up with this, just saying that running the transform has been written by so-and-so. This will be run on whatever. And they cannot be held for any response, any damage that that you do, and you always run at your own risk. All right, so running that, it shows New York, New York. And I'm like, okay, that's good. So that is giving me location. I can see this. And I can, as I have that. So this is information I'm getting from this website of your group. This is more about who actually has that website, well, their page, the actual IP address, where is it located? All right, so all right, so I'm gonna go here. Gonna see what type of transforms I can run. So I can look at, it says NOC at fb.com. So fb.com. Oh, that's Facebook. Did Facebook buy Instagram?
Go again?
Did Facebook buy Instagram?
I don't know.
Facebook bought. Oh, they did. So that so that's what it resolves to Facebook. When I put fb.com, Facebook came up. They said they bought them for $1 billion. All right. So that comes up. Now I can look at, so I just did the website. And so this brings me up to here. So these are all the websites, Netgear, Reason, Core Security. So all these items come up from that. Let's see, all transforms. We know that exists. Okay, that doesn't work. Oh, I know that one, that one, that one. I don't even think that one should even work. All right, so we have a number of information here. The other one that I wanted to try is this. So I'm going to look for entity, and this entity is going to show, I'm going to look for one for location. Let's see. On data tracking. No, not that one. Nope. Don't want that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the item that allows me to look at location. Person, place of work, location on Mother Earth. And so they're in Mexico City. Actually, Mexico City. So we're just seeing what this comes up with. And nothing much to run there. All right, so what I'm going to do one even better. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to look at GPS coordinate, even better. Oh, here we go. Yeah, GPS coordinate. All right, so I'm going to look at the GPS coordinates for Mexico City. got it. So what I'm doing now is putting in the GPS coordinates for Mexico City. And here we go. So that's in there. And then this. This is like dead center in Mexico City. All right, cool. So I can do tweets from GPS. And so these are all the tweets that were done from GPS in Mexico City. And then let's see, I can do two circular area. All right,
so you can search tweets from a area?
Yeah, from an exact area.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I said, it is a cool tool. Let's see, it's a tweets location. All right, so that is from Street Maps. We'll look at properties, road. All right, so I'm going to look at another one. Let's see. All right. So I'm just going to do another search and see what comes up. All right, tweet CGPS. It's pretty cool. You can put any location in here. Let's pull and do check weather. Okay, I guess I don't have that one. And news link, not that one. And if you go to configure, you can go to transform manager and you can see exactly which items you can and can't do. All right, so I'll go back to what I was talking about earlier when I first started, when you joined in. I just went over this particular rubric. So all you're gonna do, you're gonna do 4 entities and you're gonna run 20 transforms or until you can't do any more transforms. You're gonna do that for 4 different entities. And then your last item, you're gonna generate your PDF report like I've done. You're gonna export that graph to a table. And then you're gonna export that graph as an image and then save the file as last name.mtgl. And you don't have to put mtgl, put that itself, but just your last name. And then compress all items into a zip file and then upload it. And so with these items here, with your 4 entities, you can have it pretty much all in one sheet if you want, or you can just save it as I've been doing, like entity 1, entity 2, entity 3, entity 4, and you can just do that. But like here, I just have everything on just one on this particular graph. So you can choose any way that you want to have the 4 entities. But like here, that's entity, that's entity. So you can pretty much have one, you can have all 4 on one sheet. I mean, this is all pretty big.
So you want 20 transforms?
Yep, 20 transforms.
For all 4 entities?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And then there's no class this Tuesday because I'll be in the plan, unfortunately. Delta, bless Delta's heart, they changed my flight information at the last minute. And so they moved my flight up quite a bit. And so now I have to rush to the airport with a wife and 3 screaming kids to make our flight. But we will have class regularly again starting Thursday. I'll be, right now I'm 2 hours ahead of you. And when I'm in Dominican Republic, I'll be on Eastern Standard Time. And so I'll be 3 hours ahead of you, but we'll have class at our regular time starting Thursday. But in the meantime, I'll actually post this as a zip file. I'll zip these items up and post it. And you can actually use this as a template and go through it and see, what's there. And let me save this as your group. So save as T. Yeah, so I'll upload this as a zip file, and so you'll have that.
All right.
All right. So how am I coming through on my new fancy microphone?
Sounds good.
Okay. It's some product that was made in China. It was on sale, so I was like, okay, it seems pretty good. It had someone singing to it, so I was like, okay, I hope this is good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for coming out. And then we will talk again this Thursday, and then we'll go into some more software-related items. We'll be doing source code analysis and stuff, and so I'll go through talking about how you can do source code analysis, the tools, and then what does it mean if various errors come up in code and stuff like that.
All right, cool.
All right, I'll see you, bud. You enjoy, and I'm going to listen to your group here.
You speak Spanish?
No, I speak English. I speak German. I'm learning French, and then like Spanish, I can say like a few phrases, not much. I go to Puerto Rico quite a bit, and everybody's bilingual there, so I really haven't been forced. But going to Senegal, I was forced to learn some French. Like you are not getting around anywhere. I mean, the francophone countries are very different. Like in Spanish countries, it seems like people are like definitely more willing to try to understand you, but in francophone countries, they will not try to understand you at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's French mentality, but yeah, they're definitely different.
All right then.
All right, I'll see you, bud. Thanks again.
No problem.